Alright, so with the release of Resident Evil Reverse, or Reverse, depends how you pronounce it, coming very very soon, within the next couple of weeks. The release date is currently slated for July, so it is literally within the next few weeks. I thought I would take it upon myself to kind of just explain what to expect when the game comes out. I obviously got a chance to play the beta way back, I believe in the beginning of the year when the beta was available. Didn't play much, but I can kind of give you a rough idea of how the game works and what to expect when it comes out. So, without any further ado, let's just jump into details and just kind of explain what to expect on day one of this game's launch. Okay, so essentially it is a 6-player deathmatch game. It's a free-for-all game. You play as characters from the main series. It could be anyone. You have the minute in the game. I believe it's Jill, Chris, Leon, Claire, Ada, and Hunk. I'm imagining they'll add more over time, but I believe for now it's just those. There may be some more at launch, but we don't know yet. The map in the beta was RPD, and RPD only. I'm imagining there'll be more maps in the full game when it launches. The gameplay in the background was provided to me by a friend, because I did not manage to record any footage of when I was playing, because the version of the beta I was playing, it was restricted when you weren't allowed to record anything. So this is from one of the more openly available betas they did later on. For me, I played Leon and enjoyed playing Leon quite a lot, but each character is very different in their own way, which we'll get into that now. So each character has their own abilities and own weapons. They have a special weapon, each of them have a special weapon, and a main weapon are different. They're all unique. I do not know what Claire's are. I believe her main weapon is her like a quick and draw revolver though. I do not really know what her abilities or extra weapon were. But in terms of Leon, Leon comes in with his pistol and a shotgun. These special weapons have limited ammo. You can find the ammo scattered around the map and refills it. And again, each character has unique abilities. And I can't remember Leon's abilities. Leon's abilities are: one is a dual wield pistols. You can have dual wield pistols. Your main weapon does not run out of ammo, so your pistol always has infinite ammo, and you get 2 of them for a limited time. And then his other ability is his roundhouse kick, like his special kick from Resident Evil 4. He can do that. I believe it knocks anyone over, which is pretty, and it does a reasonable amount of damage, which is pretty cool too. But yeah, each character has their own individual kind of abilities. I do not remember them all. I just remember a few of them. I believe Chris is the Resident Evil 7 Chris. I believe one of his special abilities is his massive punch. He has a pretty powerful punch. So that might be the case. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, they're all very unique. So you're not going to be picking a character just because of how they look or who they are. It's going to be very like decision making in terms of who you want to play. Each character does have the ability to roll as well. It's essentially like a Dark Souls dodge. Like you're invulnerable when you dodge. You get 3 charges before it has to cool down. Obviously you can use them separated and you can kind of spare them, but if you use all 3 at once, you will be on a massive cooldown waiting for them to come back. As you can tell from the gameplay, that little circle on your screen is filling up little sections each time, and then you dodge charges. So very useful in fights, especially in close range fights with the bioweapons and some close range characters, but we'll talk more about the bioweapons now. Oh, one quick little note. From the trailer, you can probably tell there's like a comic book filter on the game, and this was a thing that people really didn't like. There is an option in game to turn that off. I believe everyone who's played the beta has made videos has said that now, but there is an option to turn that off so you can play just normally. I believe the gameplay in the background is with it off. I'm pretty sure it is. It just looks better with it off, personally. It's cool to have. Obviously, if you like that kind of style, then that's great, but I would much rather play with it off. Okay, so in terms of bioweapons, this is an interesting addition to the game. This is essentially, when you die, you will kind of like mutate into a bioweapon, and around the map there are like these biohazard canisters you can pick up, and I believe the more you have on you when you die, the better the bioweapon you turn into will be. So obviously in the background you can see like those the bloated guys, and then like the rabbits, people call them rabbits, that go around, and they're like the low tier ones, but and as you can see in the background now, the more you have on you, the better the weapon is. Like, let's go in the gameplay. A friend of mine turns into the Torrent, and he's fighting Nemesis. Like, it just depends on how many you're carrying when you go down. Also, Jack Baker is a bioweapon you can play as. I honestly can't remember seeing him much. I don't know if he's like one of the best ones, and it just doesn't come up often, or if it's tied to Chris specifically. I don't think any of the weapons are tied to characters specifically. But I could be wrong, I'm not 100% certain. But there's a lot of variation between them, and again, I'm sure over time they'll add more of these bioweapons to the games, along with extra like iconic characters. It doesn't have to be heroes. Obviously, I could add, you know, you could add Wesker to the game. You could add, you know, side characters from other series like Sheva from 5. You know, there's plenty of options they could do with the characters and the bioweapons in the game, and it'd be super cool to see what they come up with. But yeah, that's essentially a rundown of the game. There's not, I don't think there's any other modes at launch. I think it's just a deathmatch mode. Obviously, there's probably gonna be other maps. RPD is just kind of the one they wanted to show in the beta, which is fine. It would be awesome to see if they do the same thing like they did with Umbrella Corps, where there's like maps based in areas in the main series of games. I do know in the tutorial for this game, you are in the Raccoon City streets from Resident Evil 3 Remake. So, you know, there's already probably a map there, unless it's just a training ground. But yeah, it'd still be super cool to see what maps are available, because if Chris from Resident Evil 7 is the Chris they're using, then there could be a Resident Evil 7 map, especially considering the Jab Baker is also a weapon, so that'd be super cool to see. But yeah, in terms of support, obviously if you played Resident Evil Resistance, you know they supported that game a reasonable amount. They added new masterminds, new survivors, loads of cosmetics, few maps, and you know the support for that game was amazing. And you know, I made a video long ago saying that could be making a comeback, which would be awesome. And you know, even now, people still play that game quite a lot. There's still a lot of players, you know, are new to that game, and people that play it like constantly still. I've played it a few times the past few weeks, and I've seen level 200s in one game and then level 1 in another one. So it's definitely game players. That's a guarantee. So hopefully they do the same kind of thing with this. I personally prefer this to Resistance. I just kind of prefer the idea of it, like the deathmatch with the iconic characters is super cool. And you know, Resistance is a good game, but asymmetrical games like that are an interesting game to make. And obviously if you do follow the channel, I play a lot of Dead by Daylight, and I feel like that is kind of like the perfect asymmetrical game. But that's just my opinion. I know people love Resistance, and I'm not bashing that because I do genuinely see enjoyment from the game when I play it. But it's just preference wise, I kind of prefer how this plays to that. But in terms of when it's actually going to be coming out, again, it could be any time now. People kind of expecting it to launch alongside the Netflix show on Thursday, but you know, I feel like that will either be announced today or tomorrow if that's the case. But there is also a PlayStation State of Play stream on Thursday night, maybe, and there is a third-party studios going to be there, so maybe there'll be an announcement there. But I would say if it doesn't come out, you know, if it doesn't get announced on the State of Play or it doesn't come out on Thursday alongside the show, it'll probably be mid to late July. But again, they didn't state a date, so it could be tomorrow. Like, it could be any time. But I just wanted to get this out before the game launched, just to kind of give everyone a heads up. Obviously, you know, access to the game is limited to people who own Village at the minute. Could it go standalone? Possibly. There is obviously rumours going around. Well, not rumours, but there is speculation that, you know, Resistance is going standalone soon and maybe free to play. But again, that's all just kind of like speculated from fans because the game's getting like back end updates over the past few weeks. So who knows what they're doing with that? But again, this is exclusive to people who own Village, as far as I'm aware. And you know, with Village's sales being dramatically high, I'd imagine there'd be a lot of people playing this game too. After all, you know, it is kind of free with that, so why not play it? So I'll be jumping in to this game day one, of course, and covering as much of it as possible. So if anyone is interested in, you know, more content from this game, I'll definitely be covering it as often as possible from the day it comes out. So if that's what you're interested in, then why not, you know, just subscribe and turn on notifications for those videos. And again, like I've mentioned a million times in every video now, I do stream at the weekends as well, usually on a Saturday at some point. So, you know, turn on notifications for that. You also get notifications for videos and streams I upload every day. Well, as best I can. So far, it's going pretty well. I've uploaded every day for a while now. But when this comes out, that'll definitely be a definite thing, because I'll have a lot more to cover from a game like this, because there's a lot more variety you can do in a game like this. Like, I'll try and cover a lot more of the mainline series of games, and you know, you can do each of those games to death, and then that'll be it. But with a game like this, so much weird stuff could happen, because it is a PvP game. You know, it's very unpredictable. Yes, the formula is still the same, but you know, what could happen in a game? Like, I could lose my ass and just laugh about it, or do really good, or you know, find a really good combination, or have a really good like guide on how to play characters. I do want to cover each character on launch, so maybe a 1 to 2 day period where I just upload like constantly, as much as possible, rather than just load it once or twice a day. But that is until that game comes out, which could be, could be next week, could be the week after that. But next couple of weeks is kind of assured, so hopefully it's sooner rather than later. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know if any of this helps or if you're excited for the game, and I'll see you all next time.